Are lever arms right for you? Today, I'm gonna give you the cold, hard truth to help you make the right decision for your home gym. The No Fake channel, checking in. Jonathan here, and lever arms, also known as jammer arms, are fantastic for some home gyms. But for most, they're absolutely a complete waste of money. Lever arms come in all different shapes, sizes, designs, and costs. And right now we're looking at probably the most budget pair you can find. That is the Hulk Fit jammer arms. And these have fixed handles, meaning that if you want to change the height of the handle, you need to unbolt them and move them up. And they also have a fixed pin, meaning if you want to change the height of the actual pin setting, you've got to take it off, move it down, or wherever you would like it. Now, these do come in at $180 before any type of sales, so they are priced according to what the design is. And on the flip side, you can spend some boku bucks on your lever arms, and those typically have all the bells and whistles. They're connected directly to the rack. You use a pull pin to adjust the height of the lever arm. The handle actually has a pull pin, so you can adjust the height there as well, making it much quicker to transition between different types of exercises. Also, as you can see with this Hulk Fit, there is one pivot point out. They do have some that have two pivot points up here, allowing you to go out and kind of come in a little bit, almost like mimicking a pec deck type of exercise. The main reason people covet these lever arms so much for their home gym, they believe they are going to replace the local gym hammer strength equipment that they had grown to love when they were at a local gym. They think that by picking up one piece of equipment, just a pair of lever arms, they're gonna be able to get a hammer strength bench press, a hammer strength overhead press, hammer strength incline bench press, hell, even a leg press. And these things are versatile. These things are extremely versatile, I'll give you that. However, there's a significant amount of setup time involved with them.
3 weeks later.
I honestly believe that the vast majority of people who pick up lever arms and the vast majority of average home gym users that have lever arms are absolutely, completely disappointed. Their expectations are way up here on the great number of exercises they're gonna do, how easy it's gonna be to transition from one exercise to another, how versatile this thing's gonna be, how it's gonna replace all these different great machines, and the reality, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. I need to thank all of you for using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. That not only helps pay for future content creation, it does keep me plush in triple ply toilet paper. Or when you use those links, let me know so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation. When you get into the weeds of these things, it takes longer to change these over from different exercises. The exercises that you do set up with these just never feel quite right. It never really replaces that hammer strength equipment at your local gym. It's just not gonna be that easy, unfortunately.
No, God, please, no, no!
Another thing that's a major nuisance on these lever arms is the loadable pin. At a local gym, that hammer strength equipment has super long pin. Oh! These typically come with shortened pins, and if you have bumper plates, that's gonna leave you with limited real estate. Now, you can hook up bands to these to add extra resistance, which is a thing we'll talk about later in the video, but you do need to be aware that these are going to be a bit of a nuisance. I get it. Many of you think you're just gonna pick up a pair of lever arms, leave them on your rack full time, Bob's your uncle. Well, you need to realize that these have an associated width to them. And even if you're not using them, but you are working in your power rack, your power cage, it's gonna be more difficult to move around the width of these handles and the loading pin. And it's something that you need to consider because a cluttered gym is one that is just an absolute pain to work out in. It does take a good amount of time to find the right angle of the handle, the right height of the pin, as well as the right angle of your bench. And especially if you think you're gonna be getting tons of different exercises out of one set of equipment, you may have a rude awakening.
Rude awakening coming up. There it is.
Now, I know you can go on YouTube and find a video detailing over 100 different exercises you can do with lever arms from different handles and positions and angles and all that crazy stuff. And that sounds good on paper. Heck, it looks good in the video. But the reality is you are only gonna be doing 2, maybe 3 different exercises with lever arms, if that. Now, I know many of you were saying, hey, you got the budget Hulk Fit lever arms. If you went with a higher end model, you'd probably appreciate them a lot more. And you may be right, but as a prime example, Basement Brandon got the Rogue Fitness lever arms. Those things are worth a ton of change. Those things are high quality, right? He never used them. He ended up giving those things away.
Really?
Because it just wasn't something that he was using on a week-to-week or even a year-to-year basis. They were just collecting dust and just getting in the way. I know I seem like just gloom and doom, but you've been on Instagram, you've been on TikTok, social media. You've seen people using lever arms, and they look like they're having the time of their life.
You liar!
Well, the God's honest truth is most of the time, they're not using those lever arms when the camera's not rolling, if you catch my drift. But there is a case point for lever arms. There's a reason you see these in a lot of athletic centers. You see these in a lot of college gyms because these aren't made for hitting a new PR. These are not made for looking good in the mirror. These are made for those athletes that want explosive, functional training, and they get it with these lever arms. The lever arms allow them to utilize one arm at a time or two. Lever arms also allow you to quickly and easily add bands so that if you're an athlete, at the strongest part of your movement, when your arm is furthest away from the body, that's when the resistance is the heaviest, and it helps you kind of load up and really maximize your power. If you're a boxer and looking to increase that punching power, or if you're a shot putter, or maybe even a lineman in the football and you want to come off and deliver that crazy block, that's when you should be taking advantage of lever arms. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts on lever arms. And the thing I can tell you the most if you've watched this video is to just do your research and have a hard talk to yourself about if this is something you're really going to utilize. Keep in mind, I don't care how many exercises you've seen on YouTube that this thing can do. It's probably gonna do 2 or 3, maybe 4 if you're lucky. Make sure that you're getting the right ones for you that have enough bells and whistles that are gonna allow you to quickly change the handle and the position so that you're not weighted down time-wise with changing up these type of things. And also you should know where you're gonna store these, if they are gonna be a permanent part of your power rack, or if you're gonna have to find a random shelf that can handle some really oddly shaped pieces of equipment. And last, but not least, please don't get mad at yours truly if you end up going with lever arms and ultimately in a year or 18 months, you sell them because you never use them and you find that they're just taking up too much space in your home gym. If you want to see more amazing but honest videos regarding your home gym, then check this one out. If you made it this far, you and I are now like Aaron Rodgers and the worst luck ever. Hey, we're best friends, shake and bake. Thanks for making it all the way to the end, and as usual, don't save anything for the trip